Alright, welcome YouTube. My name is Kyle. This is my first time on YouTube, putting out videos such and so forth. I am a car guy, and the primary goal of this channel is to showcase my car that I got, me working on it, driving it, nothing too elaborate. The name of the channel is Kramer's Garage. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll show you the car. I guess we'll get off right to the bat, and we'll go from there. Alright, so here is the car. It is a 1966 Shelby Corbra replica. The chassis is the classic Roadsters chassis. I don't know if that'll focus or not. Probably not. Nope, of course it won't. So it is the classic Roadsters. They are no longer in business though. My grandfather originally built this car in 1998. Let's see here if I can see the miles. Oh, we got what it says is 42,038. So like I said, my grandfather built this car in 1998, all by himself. Pretty much the way you see it is the way when he owned it. The only thing I have done, they were originally chrome, but after 25-26 years, the side pipes got severely damaged, rusty, and all that good stuff. I am in south central Wisconsin, so road conditions and all that, you can only imagine. So he built this car. Recently, 2 years ago, he passed away, and my family was going to sell the car. Financially wise, they needed to, which I totally understand. So he passed away, and I kind of watched him build it. In a sense, I didn't help him or anything. I was only 10 or 11 at the time. But I seen how he enjoyed the car, how he loved the car. God, he drove this thing everywhere. It definitely was not a beauty queen by any means. He drove this car everywhere. So the wife and I didn't want to see this car go. My wife would actually joke with him that this car was going to be hers. It's kind of funny. I always told him we should have the car. Nobody else in my family is really into cars or anything like that. And this being like a go-kart on wheels with a ginormous motor, nobody really liked it, to say the least. So we scrounged around everything we could, primarily from my wife. Really helped me get this car financially. So we bought it. Like I said, I've ceramic coated the side pipes so far. I will show you the engine here in a little bit. I did have that rebuilt a year into owning it. I did some brake upgrades, kind of simple stuff. So what I'll do is I'll show you the motor here, set you up here. Alright, so this is the engine. It is a 351 Windsor small block. When he put this in there, it was already bored and stroked to 410. So I just went and had it rebuilt. He did have like a Edelbrock top end kit on it, so it had an Edelbrock flat tapper cam Edelbrock aluminum heads and intake. We did go, the engine shop recommended switching to a roller cam, so I switched to a roller cam. Got a MSD distributor on it. That's a, oh, I don't even remember what they call that. It's a ready to run distributor. We did upgrade to AFR aluminum heads. We got a little bit bigger of an intake, height wise and room wise. I wanted to go like with an air gap or like even a spacer on the carb, but height wise restricted me. As you can tell, my tiny little air filter that doesn't match anything else. And then I upgraded the carb. The carb was in need of some help, so I went with the AVS2 from Edelbrock. Again, ceramic coated the headers. When the motor was out, I did attempt to clean and paint up as much as I could. 25 years was definitely in need of some cleaning, so I did that. So the motor is freshly rebuilt. We did have it dynoed at the engine shop that I built, had it built at. It was pushing out 540 horsepower. Don't quote me on the RPMs. I'll have to grab the sheets, which I will show you guys. But I think it was around 5,700 RPMs. So she scoots some boogies, and then that was at the flywheel. It was not at the wheels. It's got a T5 world-class Borg Warner Tremec 5-speed in there. Also, that's future upgrade to either rebuilding the T5 or going to a Tremec TKX transmission. Other than that, I don't know if it'll start on me, but I'll give you a quick sound if it does. Oh, well, hold that thought. Fires up right away when it's cold or doesn't have fuel in it. It does run pretty good. Yeah, so once it finally gets to that point, like I said, it is cold out here today, so other than that, that is the car. So the end game with this car is next thing I want to do is interior. He's got tons of rips and whatnot in the seat, and the carpet is completely stained. So I want to go through it, clean it up, and then eventually I'd like to paint it. 25-year-old paint. It's got a lot of road grime and whatnot on it. Let's see. So here in a little bit, what I'll do is I'll just go over myself and goals with the channel and all that fun stuff. So stick with me. Alright, so a little bit about I guess myself and this channel. I'm Kyle, like I said in the beginning of the video. I live in South Central Wisconsin, born and raised. I'm a parts manager full-time for a Chrysler dealership, and I'm also a part-time firefighter for the city of Oregon and a volunteer firefighter for the town I live here in Evansville. I got a wife, and now just turned 9 months old, little girl. Ironically, her name is Shelby. It is a little bit after the car, but mainly after my grandfather, being the time-wise of when he passed away when she was born. It kind of made sense. The wife and I looked at each other and said, it's got to be. So we named her Shelby. My wife's name is Jessica. So about the channel, I am very new. This is the first video that's going to be posted to my YouTube channel. I'm going to name it probably Kramer's Garage. Just seems fitting. I was a mechanic, a Chrysler mechanic for 8-9 years. Somewhere in there, a level 3 technician for them. So I do have wrenching backgrounds, but in my garage I just like to tinker. Sometimes occasionally I'll help friends out work on their vehicles, but mainly I just tinker on the car, putz around on the car. Like to build some stuff. I'm no builder by any means. I would have loved to have rebuilt this engine, but I also wanted it done right. I wanted it done good, and I don't have room in this garage. I do own a 4,500 square foot shop. I pretty much myself use that for storage. I have worked on projects in there. I got a couple of buddies that also rent it with me, and they got their own projects that they have as well. I don't like to work on this car there. It's a very dirty, dusty shop, and there's no cleaning it. It's gonna come back in an hour anyway, so I like to keep this car out of there. So I like to work on my stuff here at this garage. Plans, I'd like to obviously build a bigger garage. Who wouldn't? But that's probably towards the future. I do live in the historical district, so it is a pain to get anything done, approved. So it's a long process. But the goal with this channel, it's just to show the car, show me driving it around. I am a part of a Corbra club here in Wisconsin. They are based out of Milwaukee, Menominee Falls area. So I am a part of them, and they go on a ton of rides, which I like. I am also part of an off-road group, but it has been a while since we've gone off-roading in our Jeep. So I do like to take the car out. I do love to drive it. I think I have a newfound appreciation for the car now that I own it. Every time I get in it, my grandfather would never let anybody else drive the car, ever. Just him and his mechanic. That was it. So every time I get in the car, I still feel like I'm being watched, and I'm going to get yelled at by my grandfather for driving his car. It really feels that way. But I really do hope up in heaven he is watching down and enjoying me watching, driving the car, working on it, and enjoying it as much as he did. So that's pretty much the goal of the channel. Get some driving videos of the car, me tinkering on it. The next thing I got to do, once it does get a little bit warmer, I got to do right away is I got to change the oil and filter. I got to drain tranny fluid, fill that back up. I got to go through the rear diff, drain that and fill that up. I do have a GPS speedometer and a different tach I want to put in it. The speedometer I've been noticing last year before I parked it for the winter, it was jumping on me quite, not just a little bit, I mean we're talking, it was jumping on me. So I want to replace that with a GPS unit so that way I don't have to worry about it in the future. So I got to do that. I got to hook up electric fuel pump so I don't get the same starting issue when I don't drive it for a week. I can get fuel right away and get it started. So just a couple of things I want to tinker with right away, and I'll take you along on that. Otherwise, then it's doing the interior would be next up to bat. I was hoping to get some of it done this winter. Time-wise and busyness, that did not end up happening. So I want to get that done at some point. Obviously, not while it's driving time. Let's put it that way. And then end goal would be to paint it. So this channel is, I guess I'm not looking for subscriptions. I'm not looking for likes. I just want other car people to appreciate the car. I want to showcase it. So if I get subscribers, great. If I don't, great. It's not no sweat off my back. It's not going to hurt my feelings. But yeah, I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel. Wasn't really sure what I wanted to do it on. I've had some other cars in the past, but they weren't. I guess I don't know. I never really got to enjoy them or enjoyed them as much as I do with this one. And I have a couple of other friends that do YouTube, and it kind of sparked my interest to get it going again. So I think with this car now, that's what I'm going to do it on, tinkering on it, working on it. And I might take you on some other adventures that I do, working on my other truck, building stuff in the house, building stuff in the garage, maybe going on adventures. I don't know. It depends on where this channel goes and how much support I see from it. But it's really just for me to be able to show you how much I enjoy this car and driving it. I love driving this car. So that is the end goal. I wanted to introduce myself. This will be the first video I put out. The next one will be, like I said, I'll do an oil change and I'll take you along. I'll actually back the car out and get a good walk around of the car, maybe a good sound bit of it running, other than being in the garage, because I bet you the sound sucks with it being in the ground or in the garage. So that'll be, I don't know if I'll put that with this video or not. More than likely not. We do have some colder weather ideally when I want to work on it, so I can't work on it during the week as much. So it's pretty much weekends, and the weekends have been pretty cold. But yeah, so that'll probably be on the next video is an oil change. I'll probably take the car to my shop and where I work, I should say where I work. Put it up on a hoist because I do not have a hoist in my other shop, and do the trans fluid and the rear axle fluid. I can only get the car up so high, so it makes it a pain to do that the way I really want to and make sure everything is clean when I'm done. I hate leaks, so I like to make sure stuff is clean and set good. Other than that, then we can talk in other videos of what I did to the motor, what the machine shop did to the motor, and then I can show you dyno papers. I might put that on this video, but we'll see my editing skills. This will be the first video I edit as well. So yeah, that's the goal. I might just take you around one more time around the car, and that'll be it probably for this video. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Alright, like I said, it's a replica kit car based off of the 66, I guess. This is a classic Roadsters chassis and body. You notice the doors are a little bit different. So what my grandfather has told me previously is this is pretty much like the big and tall version of the Cobra. So it is actually three and a half inches longer than like the Factory 5 or the Superformance or Backdraft cars. So it's not I guess a true replica, just based off of that, because it's three and a half inches longer in the wheelbase. Their chassis sit a little bit differently. The motor sits up a little bit higher than what the other cars do, which I'm not real thrilled of because I'm limited intake, carb, air cleaner restriction there. But yeah, this is the car. I guess I don't know if you want a tour of the garage. It's nothing simple, or it's nothing elaborate. It's just a brick garage. Just kind of trying to get it organized as clean as I can so I can work on this bad boy. But yeah, that's it. Welcome to my channel, and we'll see you in the next one.